and CTV3 News. Nadine hits Belize. Villages in Corozal feel the impacts of tropical storm. Authorities investigate shocking murder in Dangriga. Dismembered remains of Manuel Fernandez Jr. discovered. Police intercept vehicle and seize 23 pounds of cocaine in Hatville. And Belize commits to combat corruption with new month-long initiative led by the Good Governance Unit. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, October 21st, 2024. Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. Tropical storm Nadine has now dissipated over southern Mexico, but it posed a significant threat to Belize on Saturday. The storm made landfall that morning just south of Belize City, packing maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour. Its impact was felt throughout the country at different intensities. Reporter Elmer Cornejo tracked Nadine closely, visiting several villages in the Corozal district to report on the storm's effects. Here is his report.
Tropical storm Nadine made landfall in Belize on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. local time, striking just south of Belize City. The storm formed rapidly in the northwestern Caribbean Sea less than 12 hours prior, prompting local authorities to issue warnings about potential heavy rainfall and strong winds throughout the region. As Nadine approached, the National Emergency Management Organization NEMO forecasted 4 to 8 inches of rain in parts of northern Belize, with winds that could result in minor damage to structures. In light of the storm's arrival, the government of Belize issued instructions for mariners to remain in harbor until an all-clear signal was given. In Corozal town, residents experienced the storm's full fury around 11 a.m. Wilfredo Medina, the chairman of the nearby community of Pachacan, opened the village community center to provide shelter for those needing to weather the storm.
Currently, we had some pictures at the very beginning where flooding was not a problem by then, but we have seen that the culverts, the drainage have had some water, and that was increasing much higher. At the current moment, we are back around in the village, and we have seen a dramatic increase of that waters in the areas, in the different lots where people are now in trouble because of the water that has risen at a very high level now. The situation right now, as is at 1 p.m. today, we have seen much increase of water within the different residents. And yes, I have decided as the chairman of Pachacan Village that I will be opening a community center so that people who want to go there and refuge for the meanwhile the water resides, they are welcome. The community center is open for them, just that it will be personal decision that you will have to take to go there and carry your personal belongings and do care whatsoever you need to care as personal. Okay, because it's not something that NEMO has advised us, but seeing the current situation, yes, I think it is very important we have to open that community center.
Conversely, in Louisville, where flooding has historically been a problem, village chairman Isael Pott expressed frustration over the lack of action from authorities regarding a culvert filled with concrete that exacerbates flooding conditions.
All this area that was shown recently gets flooded. As you saw with the house, the yellow house, the level of the water rises all the way to the lower side of the window. And the issue here is that work was done in the highway, but the old culvert that was assisting with the drainage system was filled up with concrete. Not sure why the decision was taken, but that compromised the area here because that was that flow is not existing anymore. We requested MIDH to see if that can be fixed. We even sent a letter to them, to the minister, Mr. Spat, for assistance, but no response has been received, and that has happened since July 11th. I have been speaking only through WhatsApp to Ms. Chan, a representative from the MIDH, but the only response is that yes, we are going to provide your response as soon as I get an update from the engineer, but I have been trying to get assistance, or 3 times I have communicated with her, but nothing yet.
The village of Caledonia reported no significant flooding issues and the New River remained at normal levels. Libertad faced serious flooding challenges. Arani Swazo, chairman of the community, noted that the Libertad Adventist School and the Libertad RC School experienced waterlogged classrooms alongside several inundated homes. Swazo advocated for vital changes.
It has been a process it has been something that have been happening from a long time, right? And actually the government of Belize have placed culverts, but I believe our main problem is the drainage. Actually, we don't have proper drainage for the free flow of water to come out of the village. Where I'm trying to get to the relevant authorities to assist with proper drainage. Actually, I believe if we get proper drainage and clearance of the exit, I believe the free flow of water will be easier, and the time the water spend hanging or lagging in the village will be shorter. You understand? And actually, it's not only Miss Carter, but it's all over the village because the flood. Actually, we are like the pot. We are the end results of it. I mean, it empty out into the river. And the New River, and then if you don't have a free flow of the water into the New River, then there will always be a backlog in Libertad, and that's our issue. We need to get proper drainage so that we can get that issue solved. I believe that MIDH need to do a good survey on the issue and do a proper drainage of for Libertad. That's something that's really needed here in Libertad. It's something we have been suffering from for years.
In Corozal Town, residents reported flooding in several areas, including Olga Marin Drive, the Chula Vista area, and San Andres Road. When it comes to Alfonso Lizarraga, his entire workstation was swallowed by the rising waters caused by Nadine.
Well, this is the situation I'm facing at my welding shop right now. Everything is underwater. Esta es la situación. Tengo que poner mis maquinarias porque se van a mojar. This is what we're living at the moment. This is the table where we normally eat. Bajo agua. Todo está bajo agua. Mi flaquita está ahí arriba la silla. Mira la silla. Almost cover up. Chale. This is crazy, man. All my tools. Tengo que poner mis herramientas, mi compresora. Bajo agua, todas mis maquinarias, bajo agua. Chale, man, this is what we're living right now.
As the storm's impact unfolded, CTV3 News attempted to reach local NEMA representatives for updates, but were informed that interviews were not possible due to protocols. However, by 6 p.m. on Saturday, Prime Minister of Belize announced an all-clear, confirming that Nadine had posed no further threats to the nation. Thankfully, no loss of life has been reported as a result of the storm. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
This weekend marks a significant moment in Belize's 2024 hurricane season as Tropical Storm Nadine became the first named storm to make direct landfall in the country. The storm has left a trail of destruction, particularly in the Corozal district, where flooding has been reported across multiple areas. One particularly hard-hit region included Ermelinda Layout, extending through Olga Marin Drive and onto College Road. Amid the chaos, Thea Garcia Ramirez, the People's United Party PUP standard bearer for the Corozal Bay Division, has been actively engaged with the community both before and after the storm.
The NEMO official stats showed that in the area that is Ermelinda Layout and on the Olga Marin Drive, we had 1.5 foot of water. That's a lot of water. That's a lot of water in people's homes, inside of people's yards and their homes. This area is prone to flooding. It's been like that for many, many years. The truth is that the drains weren't connected anywhere. They didn't go anywhere. So while you saw a drain, the water couldn't flow out because the drains, a few of them were clogged. And I hate to say it, but I'll be very frank, with trash. It used to be that in Corozal, you clean your yard and you cleaned right in front of your yard all the way to the drain. That's not the case in a lot of Corozal recently. I know there's a lot of complaints about trash, but the truth is that trash doesn't appear miraculously on the ground and ends up in the drains. We, the citizens and residents of Corozal, are the ones that throw the trash on the ground, and that's what ends up in our drains.
The situation worsened. Garcia Ramirez coordinated with local volunteers known as marshals to assist the residents in distress.
There we had our marshals group, our POP marshals were out, and they were out in this area in Ermelinda Layout, and we also, they did visit what we call Bacadia or South End and 6th Street South. So we did have people working in the areas trying to clean up the drains, trying to alleviate the problem and get the water flowing, because we do have a problem with the water, and so that we're able to alleviate. But this area still, we needed to basically make a drain across College Road. So we do have several teams working out, trying to address the concerns, trying to ensure that we get people the help that they need.
Following flooding from Tropical Storm Nadine, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, MOHW, has declared many drinking water sources unsafe, including municipal systems, rural supplies, wells, and stored water. Affected water may appear dark in color, have an odor, or have floating fragments. To make water safe for drinking, cooking, or bathing, the MOHW recommends 3 treatment methods. 1. Bleach. Add 1 tablespoon of unscented bleach to 5 gallons of water. Mix and let stand for 30 minutes. 2. Boiling. Heat water until it reaches a rolling boil for 1 minute, then cool and store in a clean container. 3. Purification tablets. Follow package instructions and allow the water to stand for the recommended time. The MOHW urges the public to stay safe and will continue to monitor the situation, providing updates when water sources are safe again. For more information, contact the nearest public health office. Police in Dangriga are currently investigating the gruesome murder of 32-year-old Manuel Fernandez Jr., whose dismembered body was found in a barrel near a resort. The barrel containing the body parts was reportedly discarded in the sea and floated to the shore hours later. Police conducted a search at a local meat shop as part of the investigation. Initial evidence suggests that the gruesome dismemberment occurred at the local shop and was carried out by the proprietor of the meat shop, who has been identified as Lauren Vanegas. It is believed that the suspect tampered with nearby surveillance footage by stealing the memory card from a fruit shop's camera. When police arrived at the business, they found the suspect behaving suspiciously and cleaning the premises, leading to his detention.
Okay, on Saturday, the 19th day of October 2024, police responded to a report at a meat shop in Dangriga where information was received that someone had been stabbed. Police arrived there and found the proprietor, Laurent Vanegas. He was questioned and he was acting suspicious. He was taken into custody and the scene was processed. On Sunday, the police responded to a report that a body had been found inside a plastic barrel in front of the Pelican Beach Resort in Dangriga. The scene was processed, the person was removed from the barrel and he was identified as Manuel Fernandez. Investigation revealed that Manuel Fernandez and Laurent Vanegas were involved in a fight at the meat shop, and Vanegas inflicted the stab wounds to Manuel Fernandez, causing his fatal injuries. Laurent Vanegas is now in custody, pending charges.
You say he was stabbed. Was his body also chopped up?
I will not go into any details. All I will say the body had stab wounds.
According to reports, an argument between Fernandez and his suspected murderer over the ownership of the business escalated into a fatal confrontation during which Fernandez was stabbed.
They had an argument at the meat shop, and then they had a confrontation, and then Vanegas caused injuries to Fernandez.
Can you confirm if they were related or not?
They are not related. Fernandez went to the meat shop on Friday.
Over the weekend, police received a tip which led to the interception of a vehicle on the Hatville, which resulted in the discovery of 10 parcels of cocaine. The driver of the vehicle was identified as 43-year-old Dominique Young, a resident of Vista Del Mar. Young was reportedly driving from the direction of Cayo when he was intercepted. The drugs were impounded and weighed, resulting in a total of 23.3 pounds.
The 19th day of October 2024, police conducted an operation in Hatville village where a Chevy Impala vehicle was stopped and searched. Police found 10 parcels of suspected cocaine. The car was impounded and the driver taken into custody. He was identified as Dominique Young, car dealer of Vista Del Mar village. He has since been arrested for possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply to it 23.3 pounds of suspected cocaine.
The incidence of cocaine being transported across the country has been on the rise lately, prompting police to increase their anti-drug operations across the country, according to ACP Alberto Romero.
There are several operations ongoing and searches are being conducted countrywide.
Is it concerning, or is it an increase in cocaine being found recently?
Yes, we have seen an increase in cocaine being found.
Young has since been arrested and charged with possession of controlled drugs with intention to supply. In a significant legal development, Ainsley Mejia, 34, and Diego Wade, 35, walked free from the High Court on Monday after the Crown discontinued the rape charges against them. The allegations stem from an incident that reportedly took place nearly 9 years ago on the island of San Pedro. The case, marked by its prolonged court proceedings, saw the High Court enter a null prosequi, effectively halting the prosecution due to an insufficient evidentiary basis. This decision brings closure to one of the oldest unresolved rape cases in Belize's judicial history. Mejia and Wade, both maintaining their innocence throughout the tumultuous legal process, emerged from Justice Candice Nanton's courtroom smiling and resolute in their denial of the allegations, which they described as fabricated. Mejia, who works as a bartender and waiter, was represented by attorney Javier Williams, while Wade, a referee, was defended by attorney Lyndon Jones. The complaints against the men date back to August 17, 2016, when a Salvadoran woman reported to police that she had been assaulted after accepting a drink and a ride from one of the men at a local bar. The woman alleged that the two men followed her into the bathroom, assaulted her, forced her to take cocaine, and raped her while threatening her life if she reported the incident. The woman filed her report with law enforcement immediately following the alleged assault, leading to the arrest of Mejia and Wade. Despite these initial charges, the case has been mired in legal proceedings that have stretched on for over 8 years. The discontinuation of the charges marks a significant moment for both men who have consistently protested their innocence. Coming up next, empowering tech skills, new cell phone repair course launched for women and youth in Orange Walk Town. Stay tuned.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the red garden, sprung in completeness where his feet passed. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day.
This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan.
A new training program focused on cell phone repair was launched today here in Orange Walk Town by the Ministry of Investment under the Prime Minister's Ministry, along with the Women's Commission, the Orange Walk Town Council, and the Orange Walk Central Office. The cell phone repair course for women and youth aims to equip participants with skills for maintaining and repairing cell phones. The program addresses the current shortage of technicians in Belize and the limited availability of cell phone repair services. The program seeks to strengthen skills within the orange economy.
Well, this is a cell phone repair training. It's the second that we have. At the Ministry of Investment, we are engaging in several activities so as to enhance several sectors. We call it new growth sectors. One is the orange economy. And this cell phone repair is directly linked to the orange economy. The orange economy being activities such as the development of software, the development of coding, even creating content for entertainment content, music. All of that is a part of the orange economy. And as we know now with social media and the internet, having a cell phone is very important. So with your cell phone, you could create content or you could offer services in which you could sell through the social media or through the internet. So many persons have cell phones. Some of them damage their cell phones. Some of them would need to repair several of their cell phones that they have had. So by offering this, we are enhancing the amount of persons that could fix these type of equipments. And sometimes some of the services that are offered out there are quite pricey. All right, so by offering more persons with this skill, I think we will be able to not only reduce the price, but also ensure that new persons enter the market and could be new entrepreneurs. We're focusing on women. Why? Because we have found out, there are reports that have been coming out that women are not as engaged in technical fields. So while they are in other fields, they would lead in, for example, business administration, accounting, and other fields. Some of them are leadership positions, but many are not within the technical fields. So we're trying to offer these new skills to women so as to ensure that we kind of encourage them into these new technical services.
The objective of the course is to bring sustainable self-employment opportunities to the participants who will be obtain the necessary skills for the upkeep, cleaning, maintenance, and repair of cell phone devices.
And we have had a success in Corozal. We trained 14 women and girls there, and at least half of them, 7, are already entrepreneurs. It's a skill that you could learn once you have the correct instructors, and rather quickly. And once you have the equipment, you will be able to offer your services, not only to your families and to your community, but people outside too. And we are hoping that we do the same in Orangewa. All right, the government has already invested, the Ministry of Investment, Office of the Prime Minister, the Women's Commission, have invested a substantial amount of effort and monies for not only to bring in the instructor, because we had to get an instructor from Chetoma, because there was no one that was willing to train in the country, because of course there will be competition for them. So we had to bring in an instructor from outside, and so as to train the women and girls. And also the investment in the equipment. We have to purchase several equipments so that they could learn, because they will need to have a welding stations, they will have to need them kits for the fixing of the cell phones. And this is just the beginning. Because it's just the beginning, because then we have tablets to fix tablets, then we have to go into the operating system of the cell phones, which are getting more and more complex. So this is just the beginning. It's just a basic course, which even with the basic course will be able to generate some income if you're interested.
For their part, the National Women's Commission is working to ensure that women are part of technical, high-paying fields of work along with their male counterparts across the country.
Because when we pitched the idea, they were immediately engaged. The idea is, for example, to have women come in, learn new skills. We're thinking outside of the box, something that was that would be able to provide them with a good income, you know, that is very high value. So traditionally women during their most productive years, those are also the childbearing years. So as a single mom, I was a single mom for a while. It was always hard for me to work and to work for other people because I had to find a babysitter, somebody that I was willing to trust with my children. Sometimes that's not always possible to find, and it's very costly. So a lot of people don't go to work because if you will pay the babysitter, it's like you're working only to pay the babysitter. I'm sure all of us that are working moms know what that's about. So this is something, and we're trying to think out of the box, trainings that we would be able to have women work from home. This lends itself to just such a scenario.
A similar training was hosted back in August in the Corozal district with much success this time around. President of the National Women's Commission, Thea Garcia, says the hope is to boost economic activities in the district, particularly for women and young girls.
And it's a very basic course, so you don't really need to have any sort of experience or anything like that to start off. In Corozal, we were able to gift the participants with a very basic set so they could start to work, and we are doing the same here. So it's something where women in Corozal already set up their business. They have opened bank accounts, and they've gone in and registered their business and gotten a trade license, and so they're working from home. It's really meant a big difference to their income, their family income. And also, I think when women are productive, they feel better about themselves. A lot of women said, well, I've just been a homemaker. I don't know anything about electronics. So it's given them a lot of self-confidence back, which we love. And, just having your own money in your pocket does something for anybody, especially for a woman, to say that they have now choices. They can contribute to their family's needs and welfare. And it's just been a very great experience, not only for them, but for us as well, where we see women thriving and being able to do for themselves and their families.
The training program will run from October 21st to November 1st. The Bressani administration has reaffirmed its commitment to tackling corruption and enhancing good governance in Belize, marking a pivotal moment in its tenure following a decisive general election victory. As part of their ongoing efforts, the Ministry of Public Service, Constitutional and Political Reform, through the Good Governance Unit, officially launched Anti-Corruption Month today in Bamopan under the empowering team Empowered by Choice, United by Voice.
Because last year we focused on trying to understand anti-corruption and getting presentations from international partners such as UNODC, that is the Secretariat for UNCAC, was one of our guest speakers, looking at anti-corruption in the context of governance. And then we had from Jamaica, Attorney General's Chambers, we had the Deputy Attorney General speak about the type of framework necessary, right? The type of institutional framework necessary to develop. And then we had Trinidad and Tobago for the Procurement Regulator's Office come and talk to us about government and procurement. So this year, so last year was about those type of topics. This year we decided that what we want to do is, since our launch last year, what initiatives have we developed here? Because we had multiple stakeholders, government agencies and non-government agencies attend that conference. What initiatives have we started in trying to conform and trying to improve our good governance and anti-corruption agenda? And so this year we will be focused on those initiatives, like the Contractor General is going to be talking about open contracting, the best practices of open contracting and procurement. We will have the Financial Intelligence Unit.
Esther Ross, Director of the Good Governance Unit, spoke energetically about the month-long initiative, emphasizing the importance of community engagement and transparent governance.
During this period, we are going to be doing a lot of sensitization campaigns. We will be visiting the media houses. We will be meeting with the private sector, whether the Chamber and Business Bureau, we'll be meeting with the police, we'll be meeting with the universities, we'll be doing outreach to sensitize them to the concept of corruption, the concept of good governance, and we will be making a call.
As part of the month's activities, the Good Governance Unit will reach out to citizens through a series of workshops, discussions, and educational campaigns designed to raise awareness about the impact of corruption and the importance of good governance practices. The initiative comes as a follow-up to the Anti-Corruption Declaration launched in January 2024, which sought to establish a framework for greater transparency in government operations. The declaration has been seen as a crucial step towards restoring public trust in institutions. To further engage the public, the Good Governance Unit has made additional resources available on social media where citizens can follow updates, get involved in activities, and provide feedback on the government's anti-corruption initiatives. You can find more information under the handle Good Governance Unit Belize. The price of liquid petroleum gas will see an increase of 32 cents effective tomorrow, Tuesday, October 22nd. The change reflects wholesale volume and retail sale by volume in both urban and rural areas. This means that the wholesale price for LPG will now be $4.06. In urban areas, the retail price will be $1.30 per pound or $5.66 per gallon. Prices in the rural areas will increase to $1.32 per pound or $5.76 per gallon. According to the Supplies Control Unit SCU in the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, the increase of 32 cents per gallon is a result of an increase in the acquisition price of both butane and propane. On Sunday, the Alliance for Democracy, led by Albert Area Representative Tracy Panton, held what was dubbed as the Unity Convention in Belize City, which voted overwhelmingly to have Moses Shineborough recalled as leader of the UDP. The event gathered well over half the party's delegates from across the country, as well as party supporters, including standard bearers for the party and 2 elected members of the House of Representatives. The Unity Convention was called for delegates of the party to vote to recall Shineborough as the party's leader ahead of the 2025 general elections. At the end of the voting process, 334 delegates voted to have Barrow removed, while 13 voted against it. With Barrow's removal, Tracy Tigger Panton was then sworn in as interim leader of the party until a convention is held for the party to choose its new leader. Tigger Panton told the media that the National Convention is the highest decision-making body of the party and it was being convened in accordance with the party's constitution.
The people have come out for me. The people have come out for themselves. The people have come out for the United Democratic Party. Because let's not get it confused. The UDP Alliance for Democracy is a movement of the UDP, within the UDP. And so we are here to send a clear mandate, to have a reset, and to do the will of the people.
Once you are complete with today's events, you will be the leader of
the United Democratic Party.
And that's a given because that's a given because you say you're following the party's constitution, which the current leadership has not been doing.
Well, I don't know that they haven't been doing it. What I think they have done is to cherry pick portions of the Constitution that helps to bolster whatever position they believe they have. This movement is following the Constitution in its entirety. And people have asked me, why haven't you gone to court before you come to the convention? Because we first have to have the mandate of the people. We first need to know what the people want. And when the people say to me today, and they will, that we want you to be our leader, then I have the mandate to move forward in the interest of this party.
Now, while this weekend's event is being called a contravention of the UDP's constitution, Panton says that neither the party leader nor the chairman nor the executive leadership team has greater power than the delegates.
No, not at all. It is a privilege, honestly. It is a privilege to visit Marisol or delegates in their communities, in their villages, in their homes, and to have a chance to connect. Because if we are in politics and we are not concerned about the people, then we shouldn't be in politics at all. Today will be a victory for the people because the voices of the people will be heard and the mandate of the people will be carried forward.
In terms of procedure, what mechanisms are there in place at today's convention to ensure that you abide by all the processes and mechanisms of the UDP?
We're following the Constitution. We have the list of the registered delegates. When they come in to vote, they'll be identified. They vote. The ballots are private, so people will have no fear in voting their conscience. And we have an independent team who will be doing the counting of these ballots to ensure that there will be no interference, certainly from me or any members of the alliance. So we want to know what the mandate is. And if after today the people say, no, we want to remain the status quo, I will be the first to tell you I will respect that. But I don't believe that is the case because for the last 6 weeks, I have spoken to every delegate who has the opportunity and privilege to vote for the 59,000 Belizeans who voted for us in the last election. And I'm telling you, people are ready.
Along with over 300 delegates from across the country, including those from the Mesopotamia constituency, Sunday's convention was well attended by UDP stalwarts, including Patrick Faber, Beverly Williams, Boots Martinez, Edmond Castro, John Saldivar, among others.
I think all standard bearers all standard bearers who are here have done their work, have listened. I make this point. They have listened to their delegates and they have listened to their communities and they're here. We have the standard bearer from Queen Square. We have, of course, you mentioned Boots. We have the standard bearer from Collet. We have the standard bearer from Belmopan. We have 18 standard bearers here at the Corozal Bay. You know, so the standard bearer from 18 constituencies, sorry. And so I think they're all notable and they all should, I thank them sincerely for being stalwart generals of democracy.
And
while Tracy Panton has been named interim leader of the UDP following Sunday's convention, its current leader or former leader, depending which reality we follow, Moses Shine Barrow has gone on record to reject the convention's validity. In a release issued by the official UDP page, Barrow condemns the Alliance for Democracy and its leader, Tracy Tigger Panton, accusing them of continued fraud and deception. Barrow described the AFD's attempts to mislead the public as malicious, unscrupulous, and anti-democratic. The ADP is a third party formed by some members of the old guard who left the UDP because they rejected the party's anti-corruption and political reform agenda under the leadership of Shine Barrow, Ugo Pat, Michael Perifeet, Alberto Agas, and the executive, said Barrow. Barrow reiterated its leadership team, stating that it remains resolute until the next UDP National Convention to be held 90 days after the next general elections. At this time, there is no indication as to who is right in this matter, as both groups claim to be following the UDP constitution in their actions. We will now heed to wait and see if this matter will be taken before the courts for a legal decision. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers.
We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
At least 6 long weekends will be observed due to public and bank holidays in 2025, as many of the observed dates fall in the middle of the week. Minister of Home Affairs Kareem Musa, responsible for holidays, has issued the gazetted list of public and bank holidays, which begin with New Year's Day and George Price Day, both Wednesdays. 3 Sunday to Monday holidays will be observed, with National Heroes and Benefactors Day on March 10th, Independence Day on September 22nd, and Indigenous Peoples Resistance Day on October 13th. Emancipation Day is a Friday. Easter and Christmas will each be 4-day weekends. The other holidays are Labor Day on Thursday, May 1st, and Wednesday holidays for St. George's Key Day and Garifuna Settlement Day. This year's remaining holidays are Garifuna Settlement Day on a Tuesday and Christmas and Boxing Day on a Wednesday and Thursday, respectively. Belize, through the Office of the Prime Minister and the Ministry of Investment, is proudly represented at the inaugural Guyana-Suriname International Business Conference, IBC, taking place in Georgetown, Guyana. Ishmael Quiros, Executive Director of Bell Trade, and Lincoln Blake, Director of the Investment Policy and Compliance Unit, are attending. The 3-day event serves as a vital platform for business matchmaking and investment exploration, with the potential to connect Northern South America, CARICOM, and the broader Latin American and Caribbean LAC region. It brings together key local and international stakeholders to exchange insights on business opportunities, showcase best practices, and forge strategic partnerships across several key sectors. As the world's fastest growing economy, Guyana is undergoing a rapid modernization and transformation driven by significant investments in oil and gas, industrial infrastructure, manufacturing, agriculture, agro-processing, and ancillary services. The IBC provides a unique opportunity for Belize to strengthen its ties with the region and explore collaborative ventures that can enhance its own growth. Of note, Belize previously hosted a delegation from Guyana's public and private sectors during the Belize Investment Summit 2023, further laying the groundwork for deepening investment and trade relations between the two nations. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, October 22nd, here on CTV3 News and Face FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.